Hello, let's talk something on economics or finances. How many of you want to get a great amount of returns on your investment? There are very many schemes that are provided by many financial institutions and many investments like properties or land or many of the things or then or maybe gold or whatever there are things. So all those, even though they claim a lot of return on investment, and there are many with respect to jewelry or there are many of them. The ways that you can get it, and there are companies that you can erect and then make a lot of money by processing some things, and then all those things. There are many schemes. There are many possibilities and options through which one can earn a lot of money. But if you see the how many of you have any awareness or any knowledge of return of, let's say, minimum 100x in one investment, or a minimum of 1000x in one investment? So can anyone guess what I'm talking about? So you can possibly can guess, but you can also know that what are those possibilities, and they are not very expensive, and they are not very what do you say, consuming a lot of effort or a lot of huge intelligence or something like that. They are very simple, natural, and you need to put a little effort anyways. I mean, for any investment, for anything that you want to have a return, so some kind of efforts are required. What I'm talking about? I'm talking about nature. I'm talking about agriculture. Now you may talk about, you may think that okay, so many farmers are committing suicide and so many there are problems are there in the agriculture. Now how agriculture is profitable? Do you know what is the, so you put 1 grain of paddy, 1 grain of rice, and that comes out a minimum of 100, a minimum 100. I mean, you can actually count the number. I have counted. A minimum of 100 grains are produced from one plant, from one sowing of the seed. That's in 3 to 4 months. Now, you may say there are a lot of dependency that is there. But why are we going out, going away, or disconnecting from the nature or agriculture? We may think that it is a kind of low returning occupation. How can it be a low returning occupation when you get 100x in 4 months? Does any business or any investment that can provide you a 100x return in 4 months? Now the impact has come because we have disconnected from there. We have disconnected ourselves from the agriculture. If you put a mango plant, mango tree, every year it is going to give how many? At least one plant will give you, the smallest plant can give you 100 fruits. Smallest plant, you may have to take care of the plant for maybe 3 to 4 years, and post that you don't even have to bother about it. The fruits keep coming. You talk about wheat, millets, or mustard, any form of agriculture, a minimum 100x of return in terms of that. Now if you say we don't get that much monetary value, food is something that everybody will eat. Food is something that everybody needs. You can live without your phone, you can live without your computer, you can live without your internet, you can live without a bungalow or a car. You cannot live without food. As simple as that, right? So nobody can live without food. And also the return that comes from, let's say, milk. What is the return on investment? How much you would invest for the grass? I mean, you just leave the cow somewhere, and then the cow eats grass and grazes grass, and you get milk. and the milk is coming at 60, 70, 80, 100 rupees liter. And what is your what is the feed? I mean, the cow just eats some grass. I mean, you may say that, okay, there is no grass in the cities. So that's the point, that we have been illusioned, or we have been trapped with the illusory infatuation of so-called advancement of civilization, which bombards us with modern amenities. They are nothing but expenses and no return. I mean, you buy a phone, you keep you keep recharging for the internet charges, you keep recharging the battery, so you just keep spending on that thing. There is no return on that. And so there are so many things that is there with respect to the modern civilization, and often it doesn't hit us, saying that we are actually getting into illusory world. So there is a huge migration that happens from the villages to the cities, thinking that I'll get a job, and the person does not understand, who is migrating, that if I am at home, I just have to work for 3 to 4 months, and the other time I can do a lot of things. I can study the scriptures, understand, keep the values of the family intact, spend time with the family. Now there are people, those who do not spend time with the families are breaking apart. So everything is connected. So we are looking for money, so we'll be moving for. So basically what you see is in the money form is basically a high entropy energy that disrupts every aspect of our life. When you have low entropy energy, you don't see it in the cash. When you are at village, you don't see that money in cash form, but you see that in the paddy form. You see that in the yield form of a vegetable yield or a fruit yield or a grain yield. You don't see that written in terms of cash or in terms of your bank balance. But there is no wealth better than that. There is no wealth that is superior to that. That's why it is said that anna or the food is the greatest wealth. So anybody has food, they are not going to be hungry any day. So you don't say that we just work for food. We are working for food. I mean, you won't say that if I go to the city, how do I eat? So you would eat a hot meal prepared by your wife or your mother, and you would get a freshly cooked or freshly ground grains and then made roti or chapati, and then you get that. But when you come to the city, you get the stale, rotten, heated and multiple heated, and then foods like that. Where is the comparison of hygiene? Where is the comparison of taste? And where is the comparison of love that is involved in that food? Whereas we are illusioned, we are mistaken in migrating to cities, and then we are having tough time going back to our culture. So it is creating a bigger disruption of the family culture. Not just family culture, this entire civilization is breaking apart. So I'm going to make another video on family culture. So how family culture are disrupted by city life, and especially the modern lifestyle. So there is nothing wrong with the city life, but then the cities are designed in a way that where everything is expensive, where everything, because nothing grows in cities in nearby places, because they have to be transported from a very distant places. So everything, the cost of the everything increases. There are disadvantages when we had lived in the villages, but those disadvantages are occasional and very rare. But the advantages for which we move to the cities, they create bigger disadvantages over a period of generations, and that's what creates bigger problems, and we have no idea how the whole thing is breaking apart. So watch out my next one for the family culture.